Well, funny story. Once again, a completely different video than before. And in a way, I was tagged. Or more like, I saw this tag made by you, if you were watching, just another reviewer. I liked the tag. And I was inspired, so she tagged me. So, yeah, I think I too would want to do this the video. A One Piece tag answers these uh, 21 different questions. Hopefully, uh, I have tried to find them over. Did I just say that? Fought them over. And it's extremely difficult, you know. But without further ado, hi, this is me, the angry anime fan, the despair reviewer, to bring you my 21, or was it 21 different things I like about One Piece. First question is, who is your favorite character and why? Additionally, who is your favorite Straw Hat? Well, I've said in sometimes my all-time favorite Straw Hat, at least, is Sanji. Why do I like Sanji? Well, I think it's just because I think the concept of him feels unique. I mean, it's not exactly that unique, but at the same time, I feel like no one else thought of that. And that is, he is pretty slim building, yet he has extremely strong legs. And that's not the point what I'm trying to get at. It's the fact that the way he says a cook's hands is his treasure. They must not be injured in battle. Wait, a cook's hands is their treasure in battle. They should not be injured. And then he just fighting on, and then he just proves to be a master martial artist using his legs, using awesome acrobatics. I mean, you cannot deny that is beyond awesome. I mean, it's almost like you wishing, yeah, I want to steal that concept. And not just for cooks, but for anything else. But I can agree though that Sanji has been suffering a very lot ever since the time skip. We are currently in an arc, at least this year's, which a lot of people call the year of Sanji. However, a lot of people begins to doubt that this is not the year of Sanji, more like the year of Sanji because we are focusing on his past. So will Sanji get redemption or will he not? Because others call this Sanji redemption arc. Well, let's just say this. If the creator Inshiro Oda, who has created One Piece, by the way, do not give Sanji at least to kick ass one major baddie by himself, mind you, I'm gonna be extremely disappointed. Not only in the creator, but in the manga itself too. And maybe then I would lose my favorite Straw Hat as Sanji, because I also have another favorite character. Although there is one question I have about him, and that is not if he's alive or not, and that is Jinbei. I mean, there are some hints that maybe he will join the Straw Hats, and if he joins the Straw Hat, who knows, maybe he will become my favorite Straw Hat then. Maybe Jinbei will become my favorite after that. Because, well, I like Jinbei because he's just an awesome fishman and a very kind-hearted, very martial arts awesome. I'm just, just something about him that I'm questioning. But that's another story. Number two, who is your favorite villain and why? Well, if there's one thing we can agree that makes One Piece most watchable are their villains. And not just because they're well written, but because many villains have a very unforgivable personality. You know, that kind of personality that is pure evil, or sometimes they're not even pure evil, they can be comical too, but just that kind of jerk-ass behavior which you said, they cannot be forgiven! And the fact that they're so strong and can't be touched just makes you hate them even more. So when Luffy comes here and kicks their asses, it just feels so good. But I don't. But at the same time, I don't really know if I can call them favorite villains because of that. Because well, I hate a lot of the villains, but more likely because I love to hate them. So who is my favorite? Well, at the beginning I had picked Vanderdecken. Well, technically, that is not really a good villain. It's more of One Piece's laziest villains. But also because even though that guy is crazy, there is one line from him that is extremely funny, and that is when he threatens the princess Shirahoshi and just says, your beauty knows no limit, Shirahoshi, even your heart. You planning to sacrifice yourself to save everyone else. And then he just says, die in this beautiful moment of yours and live forever in my heart, Shirahoshi. I mean, when I hear that, I just said, does this guy even hear himself talking? But no, he is not my favorite villain. I think I'll place Rob Lucci. Why? Well, Rob Lucci also had some comical moments, but that was only when he was undercover. He is strong, he is dangerous, and this can be very argued, but Luffy have faced a lot of tough opponents, and it's only gotten tougher after the time skip, at least after the Don Flamingo fight. But you have to realize one thing. Rob Lucci is, in a way, unique in those villains. And what do you say unique? I mean, isn't he just like all the other villains, very strong and difficult to beat? That's just it. Rob Lucci had a devil fruit, a leopard devil fruit. I mean, the Neko Neko no Mi Model Leopardo. But you have to realize this was not a devil fruit which create sand, nor a devil fruit that could cut through everything with strings, nor was this a devil fruit that could control lightning or even the target thing or gas, well, or anything else, or even magma for that case. No, this was just a devil fruit that's enhanced his very dangerous Rokushiki martial arts. The Rokushiki martial arts, that is so cool concept, and that's why I said Rob Lucci is my favorite villain, because he was the one that put Luffy on the brink of exhaustion almost more than any other villain, at least at that time. And if you think about it, he brought him to his knees with sheer brute force. Luffy is rubber. He can't be hurt with just a physical force unless you have Haki. And that's another thing. Although I think I have seen some hints that maybe Rob Lucci, who's supposed to be in this film Gold, um, has Haki. You have to know this was before we even knew Haki existed. And he still wounded Luffy. That is an achievement. So what's your favorite quote and statement as number 3? Well, too many again. But I think it's gotta be Sanji's flipping off Crocodile when they manage to escape in a little unpredictable way. He leaves behind a letter that just says, "See ya later, shitty Croc, Mr. Prince." That is so funny and awesome at the same time. He basically just flipped off Crocodile and he outplayed Crocodile. I mean, given to the fact they had not predicted that about the key, but he still did it. He still outplayed Crocodile. Yeah, that's gotta be a very good quote. Other than that, maybe I would have, otherwise I would have picked that line Luffy said, "Shoot down that flag." It was at that moment you realized that the Straw Hats will never abandon a friend. So number 4, which your favorite female character, if not a favorite in general? Well, One Piece has created some great female characters, although recent years they've gotten pretty wonderful bodies. But then again, I like women in the anime world that has both a nice body and can kick ass, because that proves they're just as sexy in body as they are in personality. But I think, I mean, in the Straw Hat section, I would have taken Nami. Even though I like Robin very lot, I feel like Robin is not getting enough justice. I mean, I'm still angry she has not learned Haki. But I'm not taking the Straw Hats this time. Nope, I'm doing a little gamble here. And says Carrot, or Carotto, as the Japanese says that. The rabbit mink that we recently said. She is very new to the story, but as soon as she has gotten into it, I just find her adorable. I do not know what her pronounce is yet, but I mean, everything about Carrot for me just screams adorable, and I'm almost in love. I mean, she's a cute rabbit mink, she's shorter than the others, she can kick ass, although technically she has not yet proven to be a very kick-asser, so that's why I'm saying that maybe she's not as such a favorite as thing is, but when she got on that boat when the Strats to rescue Sanji in this current arc, that was the time I realized, yeah, I like Carrot's character. She is so bright. And she's also a Genki girl. In fact, all the minks, even Wanda, I like them. So, number 5, what's my favorite fight? I think it's gotta be the fight that got me stuck on the first time I saw One Piece. Sanji versus Bonkure, Mr. Two, or Bentham as the Impel Down knows him as. Why is that my favorite fight? Well, I saw that in the anime, not in the manga. I got into the anime before I got into the manga. Yeah, ironic, right? It's I like that fight because it just felt good animated. I mean, at the beginning it didn't feel like really a fight. First it was fighting, then it was just Bon Kure doing the Nami with his Mane Mane Me. But then when Sanji finally got away of that, they entered a very fiercing kicking competition, and that was just pure awesome. What's your favorite episode? Are you sincerely asking me that? That is also a very difficult question. But I think I'll take number 62 from the Reverse Mountain arc. Those two episodes, 62 63. I think I say take 62 because that's just full of comedy. It's a full of comedy. We meet Laboon for the first time, and we meet Crocus, who would later be revealed to be much more important to the story than we originally thought. And in the anime of that scene just made that so very funny. The running gag, I mean, could have been annoying a little bit, but the fact when the character says, "Stop doing that!" What's wrong? Haven't you ever heard of a running gag? That was a gag! I could have done that. Otherwise, I would have picked the Groggy Ring fight. What was that? 2-1-1 or 2-1-12? Where Sanji and Zoro are forced to team up. And when they team up, you better not mess with them. So, what's my favorite, number 7, what's my favorite One Piece opening? We all like We Are, right? Nothing can beat the first song. But I think I'll take Wake Up. Originally, I wanted to take Hard Knock Days too. See, am I asked the question, what's my favorite One Piece opening? Is that even a question? Oh, there are too many to give a complete answer. But even as much as I want to take Hard Knock Days because of one reason, I think I take Wake Up because Wake Up is just an upbeat song. It makes you hype and it makes you happy almost. And the animation in that opening, yeah, it really works. Number 8. What's your favorite movie or special or episode of? Well, at the beginning I didn't like the One Piece movies, mostly because I just thought them weird. But then again, the One Piece fillers have always been a mixture between failures or good. And I'll get into that later. First, but I think the first real movie at the beginning I liked, that was Strong World. Most of it was canon. But later on, strangely enough, I begin to watch the Mechanical Island. I mean, the Mechanical Turtle Island most. At the beginning, I didn't like that episode, mostly because the I hate to admit this, but when the ladies' bodies were always wobbling at the beginning, that was a distraction, and not because of perversion, mind you, which is the part I dislike. The Mostly because I just thought it was that it didn't happen in the other anime, so I was just thinking, is that really necessary? Which is something I hate. Later on, yeah, I liked the game Nixon, and the animation in that movie, uh, it, it just felt a little bit better. Of course, in the rest of the movie may not exactly be good. The villain was pretty anticlimactic. But it was also the very first movie which Sanji called out his attack. And note, he hasn't done that a single bit in any of the other movies until then. So, number 9. What's your favorite arc? Again, a question that is very difficult in answering. So, what's my favorite arc? Well, I liked the Alabasta arc, but mostly because, well, it was a long adventure, but it had a mixture of comedy, adventure, and many things more. But maybe this time I'll take the Ennis Lobby arc. We were introduced to Frankie, and the dub made it just so very good in that way. And also the Straw Hats shown that time they would never abandon a comrade. We saw Nico Robin's past, which by the way is one of the most horrific pasts you ever experienced. And also we saw some big martial artists, but and also Sanji showed out his Diable Jambe. Yeah, I think I'll take my Enies Lobby's arc. It was full of action, it was full of heartwarming, and it was full of loyalty, comradeship. You felt united just watching that. What is number 10? What is your favorite One Piece video game? I think I just take Unlimited Cruise. I wanted to take Unlimited Red, and even though I haven't battled as many games, I liked Unlimited Cruise a little bit because I liked the concept of gathering ingredients. Although I know Unlimited Red did that, I'm just sad that the Straw Hats didn't do all this. Now, I'm sorry that this video is getting longer than I intended. Number 11. If you were in the One Piece universe, whose crew would you join and why? I think I would join the Revolutionary. I mean, if I was in that world, I would probably not know what the world government really was. But if I did, I would join the Revolutionary because I want to make a difference too. I mean, in the real world, I don't want to make a difference because I have practically given up on society. But watching this from the One Piece world, they can become strong as Dragon is teaching people, and they seem to have a comradeship with them. So I would want to join the Revolutionary just to have a chance to crush the government and all those corrupt nobles that you see over there. What is number 12? What is the saddest One Piece moment? Is that again a question that has more than one answer? All will agree that the Ace's death is one of the most shocking and emotional moments ever. But I think my moment, besides of course Corazon's sacrifice and Nico Robin's past, which is I feel is the saddest One Piece moment ever. I mean, in the Straw Hat moment, I think I'll take the saddest moment as the Going Merry's farewell. The animation had been a bit crappy up until then, but they made it very right in that episode. And also the Viking funeral with that One Piece have stopped doing ending themes, but that ending theme of memory or puzzle. I mean, when it was played, when we saw the Going Merry's adventure with the crew, and many of the Straw Hats crying, you have to admit that even for a ship, that was just a moment when you realized they were saying goodbye to a friend. That's why I picked that as my saddest moment. So what is number 13, the most shocking moment? Fitting that is number 13. And that is the fact that Ace being free, then immediately dying 2 chapters later. I mean, when he was freed, I actually thought he would be free. Yay, Ace is saved. And then he dies. And I was just, what? It was also at that moment you had to realize that, yeah, Luffy is not strong enough. That was the biggest shock. Number 14. What is the funniest One Piece moment and who's the funniest character? There are too many! Ugh, there are too many funny moments. But there is one funny moment I would almost pick in the... in a filler. I think it's the what is it? The Warship Island arc maybe. They're escorting a dragon together with a girl who appears to have eaten a whisper fruit down a hill while riding a cliff, and and all the Straw Hats are clearing while Usopp and Nami are just sweating like, oh, we're so lucky. They just hit a small rock, and then Sanji Usopp and Nami falls off while Luffy is okay, and he's just saying, well, quit laying around, we gotta go. And all the other, oh, please, he's dead. I'm so going to kill him one day. Again, also that moment with Sanji flipping off Crocodile. But if I took a canon moment, I would also pick Luffy and Blackbeard's first meeting. They argue over the pie, and they end there, say, 100 pies, 150 meats, and just suddenly, what the hell, do you wanna fight? As Zoro said, what the hell are you fighting about? Number 15, what's the most memorable moment? Maybe that is Sanji showing that he can kick ass with his kicks. Again, that just verified what kind of character it was, and that was for me a very memorable moment. It was one of the first scenes I saw, as I said, the Bonkire fight and stuff like that. And the Groggy ring, when I saw Sanji kicking, that's gotta been a memorable moment. I know it's small, but still. Number 16, what's your favorite ability in One Piece? Is that martial arts or is it devil fruits? If it's devil fruits, I would have picked the Marco the Phoenix Devil Fruit, the Tori Tori no Mi Model Phoenix. My note, we still do not know the name of that Devil Fruit, but I am pretty sure it is called the Tori Tori no Mi Model Phoenix. But if I picked an ability, I would have either picked the Diable Jambe Sanji's flaming style art because it just feels so unreal. He creating a burning kick through friction and burning his heart harder, and the Fishman Karate because manipulating water in every essence. Number 17. Do you have any One Piece merchandise? Official not. At the beginning I didn't have, but I got this present from my brother when he was traveling to Japan. What do you think, huh? And yeah, I do have some One Piece manga books. Number 18. Do you prefer watching One Piece in sub or dub? That is actually a question I wanna put up in another video. I've begun to think of doing another video where I do the Straw Hats dub versus sub voice cast and ranking their voices because that's a very long discussion for me. Which do I prefer? I mean, the sub is way ahead, but sometimes I actually prefer to watch the dub. And you're asking yourself why? Well, at the beginning I liked their openings, but then they stopped doing the openings, and I have not forgiven the Funimation for that. But yeah, sometimes I prefer to watch the dub actually, but that's only the oldest episodes. I mean, they have gotten better. I'll get Trump plus if I ever manage to do that video. I think I'll talk more about that later. Number 19. What is the one thing you love most about One Piece? Is it just one? Ugh. I mean, I would have picked either the friendship, the never giving up attitude, but I think the most thing that was drawn to me was the unrealistic ability. I mean, and even to take pain about that. The unrealistic ability. I'm not talking about the devil fruit. I'm talking about Sanji's kick, Soros cutting through everything, the sniper moments. It just that even though there have been some explanation in abilities, mostly in devil fruits and in some other things, it shows that One Piece doesn't have to be a logic manga, and I like that. Uh, and also, I like they can take a huge amount of punishment. So maybe the unrealistic ability, maybe we would say. Number 20, we're almost there. What is the one thing you hate most about One Piece? There is actually two things I hate more about One Piece. It's either the Worth effect, which is very common in shonen manga. It's TV Truth described that as a character that we know is strong losing to another character just to show how that character is a threat. And as I said before, Sanji has become the Worth effect shoe toy, and I hate that. But if I were to be a selfish person, I would have picked the extreme slow manga pace. I mean, one of Oda Sensei's greatest abilities is also his greatest weakness, is extremely slow pacing. It's detailing everything, and when you go back and read that arc, you don't mind it, and if you watch it in the anime, you don't mind it because it's done. But the thing is, he has low stamina nowadays. We get 3 chapters a month. We don't just get them every single time, and uh, the Dress Rosa arc was someone people did not immediately like. It was just so slow, almost 2.5 years, if not 3 years. And I agree, Don Flamingo took way too long to be defeated. For some missions I just felt was unnecessary. It would have been better if those were just in the anime. So sometimes his detailing information is good, but it's also unnecessary sometimes. But that depends on how it is. Number 21 and final the question. Sorry for this very long thing is. Does number One Piece take your number one spot in your top 10 anime? If not, where? It varies. I would say yes. I mean, that and Fairy Tail is one of those animes I watched most. But I'm a sort of a guy who's in the mode. Most of the most anime I watch is One Piece, of course. Sometimes I decide to watch Fairy Tail, and other times I decided to watch Bleach. So it varies for me. It varies indeed. That is all my questions. Sorry for the very long video, but if you ever wanted to do a tag, I mean, I have actually wanted to tag someone. What was his YouTube channel name? I think it was Triple H. If you were watching this, and if you were, and of course, once you can do videos again, I would actually like to hear your opinions on this one. If not, if there's any other YouTuber who won't say this. I mean, I know Charles in Anime World doesn't do One Piece, so I'm not really sure if he would do this. But if there is anyone else who want to be tagged, feel free to leave your comments below. Give me your thoughts if you have any, and thank you for listening.